Hi, this is Mika with Leap Taken, and here at Leap Taken, I talk about things that are witchy, witchcraft, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. So today I'm coming to you very raw, fresh face, and a stitch of makeup on, but my glasses. um, it's just been that kind of day, but I am really comfortable with myself, so I'm comfortable doing a video accordingly. Um, what I wanted to talk about today, though, actually has a lot to do with being very authentic and raw. And it's about walking the talk, walking the witchy talk. So I am a practicing witch. I had a conversation recently um, where I was explaining to someone how hard it is talking to people and basically, especially people you know. I don't mean strangers, because believe it or not, strangers, except for the internet, don't typically engage you about your spiritual path. But people you know do. It comes up. And I want to be authentic to myself, but at the same time, I'm not constantly trying to be on the defense or to sell someone on my spiritual path, or to, what's the word, defend my path. I don't want to always be playing defense. I also don't want to go into an offense either. I just sort of want to be, and just like everyone else is allowed to practice openly what they believe and live their life, I kind of want to do the same, without inviting unnecessary dialogue or judgment. I don't mind explaining things, so let me just be clear. I don't mind explaining to people what I believe in, especially people who are genuinely curious or have interests. I don't mind doing that. I don't want to educate someone who just wants enough information to judge and condemn. I'm not in the business of doing that. That's a waste of my energy. That's like arguing with someone or talking to someone who is just closed-minded. It's like talking to a brick wall. I saw a meme, something, even though people aren't interested, I'm paraphrasing, even though someone may not be interested in what you have to say, at least you planted a seed. And that's one way of looking at it. And sometimes you have to really assess who you're talking to, if that's worth it doing it. But we all know there are some people, it's just not worth it. It's not worth your energy. And they, for darn sure, are not going to expend the energy of truly trying to listen to you, really listen and soak in and understand. So, you got to let stuff go. But back to being authentic. So here's how I am living authentically as it relates to me being a witch and me practicing witchcraft. One, I plan on openly, I'm going to look for some jewelry. I've never wore witchy jewelry except for crystals. And I have some earrings that has a little crystal and moon, but openly witchy jewelry. That's one. I like the stuff. I would love to wear those things. I've always been very nervous about doing so, just because I don't want to draw unnecessary negative attention. But I don't care anymore, because I want to be authentic, because I want to wear it, not to attract others. I don't care if it attracts others, is what I'm saying. I want to wear it because it means something to me. So that's one. Two, I'm doing it now, having this channel. Can't get more authentic than that. But on top of that, I'll be honest with you, I don't actually do any sort of real promotion for this channel. I have a blog, leaptaken.wordpress.com, where I speak very high level, more new agey, as opposed to direct witchcraft, although I infuse some of that without calling it what it is. And I'd like to keep it that way in that space. What I would like to do is most likely open up a new space where if I am writing, then, I can sort of go, just full blown witchy there, another blog. I'm still thinking about it, how that would work, because I like just talking it out now as opposed to writing that out, but we'll see. Or doing a spell versus writing out everything. I don't know. I'm still kind of working on that in my head on how that might work out, but it is something I'm willing to do. But having a YouTube channel in general is me authentically, this is something I'm passionate about. This is something I've been doing now at least a decade, and I like to share. So, boom, that's me being authentic. Another way for me to be authentic within my spiritual path, my witchcraft and all that sort of stuff is social media. I do share, I guess, new agey type things on my personal page. I do have a presence for Leap Taken on Facebook. I'm going to start one for Instagram pretty soon as well. I actually did, and then I ran into a problem where they took the page down, and I don't know why. So it's just a technical thing, and I got to go back in and figure it out. I'll most likely be doing it like within the next couple hours in a day. That's something I'm going to be working on. But yeah, sharing my content, sharing information, promoting this channel, and really letting my, freak flag fly without permission, and just being authentically who I am. So that's the other thing. Another way is just, for me, is like these high holidays, for instance. I'm very, first of all, I love holidays to begin with, but, things like, Halloween or Samhain and Yule/Christmas. Obviously, I participate in all the regular decorations and everything else, but I think I definitely want to add even more of a witchy element and not care when I take holiday photos like everyone else does, and that's in the background. Also, I won't necessarily feel the need to make a grand declaration, I'm a witch, but more or less not going out of my way to deflect or do anything else. It's definitely a fine line, because you invite conversation. And again, it's not people you don't know typically, it's people you do know. And I'll just give an example. There's a situation where I had posted on my personal page something from the American Gods, the TV show. And a close family member saw, I don't know if they knew what it was, if they did or didn't, it doesn't matter. The point is, they put something in the comments that was basically, reflective of their beliefs, which was something like there's only one God or something like that. And they felt it was necessary to put that as a comment. The thing about it is, because it's, again, a close family member, I let it go, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a TV show. But I still felt like that was a betrayal to myself to even feel the need to do that, because as I just spoke on this, I believe in one, you don't have to believe in more than one God or a pantheon or whatever as a witch. You don't have to believe in anything. But I do, in my spiritual path, believe there is multiple gods and goddesses. So, that was an opportunity for me to educate, I guess, if I chose to, without being condescending, but like, yeah, well, some people might, or, something to the effect of some people might believe, there's more. I'm one of those people, something like that. But I chose not to, because I just wanted to keep the peace. And I still think that was a good idea in this case, to just keep the peace and not say much of anything. That was okay at the time. Going forward, as part of my living authentically witchy, probably won't be so quiet on that. I won't be argumentative, because I don't want to use that energy to argue. But at the same time, look, I'm a woman of a certain age at this point. I'm getting up there. I got adult children. I don't have little babies anymore. I have little kids in school. I gotta live my life, and I have to be authentic and true to myself. And my job, or I don't feel like I have to shrink myself to make room for someone else. You already have the predominant religion in the country. Probably, what in the world, So you already got that going for you. Let me have my little corner, my little space where I get to be witchy. Let me just have my moment in my life where this is me living out my life. There's a whole lot of people who can praise with you, pray with you, um, Jesus love with you. It's a whole lot of other people out there who are willing to do that. Go with them and leave me be. And that's kind of my attitude right now. I'm gonna do me, and you might get mad, and that's okay, because I've got people who I know, friends and family, who will get mad. Well, why are you sharing that? Why do you want people to know that about you? I'll get a phone call. Like, it's not just something they put online. They'll call me. Um, so when I say this, please know I'm not just imagining things or, speaking out of turn or hypothetical. No, I know these people. Things have happened, and they pick up the phone and call me and ask, "What's up? Why are you doing that? Why you put that on there? Or why are you sharing this information?" So yeah, that's just me. My husband recently had a conversation with me, and he was like, "Oh, well, I can promote your YouTube channel. I could tell people." And I said, "No. Wait a minute now." I said, "It is my job to come out the broom closet. It's not your job to out me." And he looked at me kind of funny. I said, "Yeah, it's kind of the same thing." And he's kind of, I know, thinking in his head, "Well, if you're already on YouTube, clearly you're out." Not clearly. And if you practice, you kind of know what I mean. Some people know, some people don't. What's the big deal? I don't have an employer. I don't belong to any organizations where it will really matter. I don't have small children who go to school who will get teased. I don't really know anyone where I live. And I'm not really interested in working in for like an employer-based business where this would matter to anyone, or like a religious affiliation with anything. So, what does it really matter, right? Other than a couple feathers getting ruffled, people who really I don't even talk to every day. So, living authentically. That's what I'm doing. That's sort of my thing. Again, this time of year is a reflective time, and it's a good time to just look at what's working and what's not. And if you're kind of like me, one foot in, maybe partially in a closet, partially out this witchy broom closet, especially if you're in a situation where you live on your own, you're paying your own bills, you're living your life, man, you got to live your life and do what you got to do. And if you are going into an office, you have to work with somebody, wear your jewelry if you want, if you have to put it in your shirt, fine, whatever. If you feel bold enough, on casual Friday or perchance, and wear it out, go off, go do it. Why not? See what happens. And I'll be honest with you, at this point, I don't even think people really know anything. They don't know if you're Jewish. Don't assume people really know. I've figured that out because I've been doing trial runs. People halfway don't even know what you have displayed. Oh, what is that, a Jewish thing? Yeah, I'm Jewish. If you're white, you probably can get away with this a little bit more. Me, it sparks questions. But anyway, yeah, so guess what? I'm just doing me. I'm living my life authentically, raw. I will be wearing makeup, but raw for the most part. And just living in my full witchiness, because I am really coming into my own. The older I get, I'm going into that crone phase. I'm creeping in. I'm, mother, maiden, or maiden, mother, crone. So mother right now, but I'm creeping over to crone phase. And I expect to be even more magical, even more powerful as far as my witchcraft is concerned. So it's time to fully embrace and just jump in and, go just do me authentically. So thank you for watching. I encourage you to, jump out the closet. Or, live authentically is what I'm really saying. Do you, as far as your witchcraft is concerned, or anything else for that matter, but definitely, it's 2019, it's gonna be 2020. We've got to just, be who we're going to be. And if you are somebody who's out and you're just, things, I don't want to say perfect, but things are working for you and people are accepting, I am so happy for you. That is not the case for a lot of people, but kudos to you, and, encourage others. You encourage people like me, who still struggles with that a little bit. Just because I think I'm It's not that I care what other people think. I don't want to offend anybody. Does that make any sense? I'm not like hyper focused on how you feel, how others feel about me. It's more like I don't want to get into an argument. And I think maybe I just know too many argumentative people. Maybe that's the problem. But either way, living authentically, great time to reflect. That's where I'm at right now. And I hope I've inspired somebody else. So thanks for watching. If you don't mind, go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed the content. And if you could subscribe, that'd be awesome too. So thanks again. Bye.